Day to be inside, I guess, or not be inside. Beautiful day. So let me read the motion, and if I could get a motion for it. Pursuant to Governor Lee's. Oh, we don't. It's been a habit. Sorry, guys. Okay. Welcome to our committee. We have one bill to be considered. Councilman Glover, request the Metro Board of Public Education to reopen all schools immediately following the school system's fall break. Councilman Glover, you want to discuss for us?
Yeah, just very briefly. So, sorry I wasn't here at the last meeting. That's why I had to defer, but I was quarantined because one of the people I work with was exposed and in fact got COVID, so I was quarantined. All this simply doing is asking them to give the offer, hybrid versus just virtual. I don't know, and maybe Mr. North, I think he's here. I don't know how many students have checked out, but have left the system. But it's pretty extensive based on what I've heard and what I've seen. And I've had a number of parents reach out to me across the city that are really frustrated because their kids are not back in school yet. Obviously, we don't have any control on that. This is nominal. I mean, it's memorializing only. But the damage that's being done to our children by not having them in the classroom is unfortunately going to be far more reaching than I think we're going to be prepared for as we go down the path after all of this is over with and the masks disappear and we hopefully get our lives back together again. And so therefore, that's all this really does is just ask the schools to sit down, reconsider it, and get our kids back in school as rapidly as possible versus just a couple of grades. Give every parent in Metro the opportunity to, and every parent in Metro to be able to attend their children's sporting events, band events, etc. Thank you, Chair.
Any questions?
I don't have a question.
Councilor Rayford, yep.
But I have a comment. And my comment is that it is a known fact that the majority of students in Metro schools are children of color. And it is also a known fact that the negative impact of the COVID-19, meaning more fatalities, occur amongst those communities of color. Many of those Black children that I am aware of are home with their elderly grandparents, aunts, and uncles, grandfathers, who are with existing conditions. And even though having the virus may not do much harm to those children, I'm afraid that if given those kids the opportunity to go back to school, that they may be susceptible, bring it home to those parents who have those pre-existing conditions, and we will find more fatalities. And that concerns me greatly. And while I understand that our children are suffering from not being in the classroom, I would hate for the families to suffer because there are no parents in the home.
Yeah, thanks for those comments. Councilor Hurt. Yeah, Councilman Toombs.
Was the staggered process by which MNPS is bringing kids back. I would not have been comfortable had every single child crowded back into that school simultaneously with no plan in place to keep them safe. The plan that Dr. Battle has in place to stagger the students' return, the safety measures that each individual school has put in place to keep the kids safe, gives me some comfort as a parent. I'm nervous, very nervous, sending my children to school, but I would prefer them be in the school building with their peers and learning. It's better for them to be in the classroom with the teacher and learning. It is true that children do fall behind. It is difficult to do the virtual learning, but I don't feel like we need to interfere at all in the process that has already been put in place by Dr. Battle again, as a parent with young children in the school system, the plan in place gives me comfort.
No, good comments. I met with Chair Bugs this last week, and I know it's been a difficult decision on their part, and that's the staggering return is their best shot at trying to make a difference. Other questions? Yeah, Councilman Cash.
Yeah, as a Nashvilleian and as a parent of a middle schooler, nothing would please me more than she and I are both ready for her to go back to school. But I have concerns about moving away from the phase-in plan that Dr. Battle has and the school board has put in place. You know, they're going back to school, but there are still guidelines that have to be followed in terms of, you know, making sure that they're not too close to one another. So, you know, school is looking different, and and the schools need to adjust in terms of making sure that they've spaced kids out, that they have adequate, ready to go technology now that, you know, some kids will be at home and some kids will be in the building, and they're gonna, you know, there's gonna be less group work and collaborative learning because they're gonna need to follow those CDC guidelines and keep apart. And so they're going to be many of them are going to be using technology. Especially since there's some kids that are going to be continuing virtual and some kids that are going to be there in person. Some of the, you know, lessons and classes are going to, you know, have both. So the kids going will still need that technology that some of the ones staying home have and are using. And I know that at West End, where my daughter goes, they're still, you know, they've got a plan to make sure that those kids have that technology. So I you know, in my heart, I really want this to be true and for this to happen. But my head kind of says, no, we need to, especially after this morning's number 441, you know, it's not just about the kids and their well-being, which we certainly want to prioritize, but the whole society, because the more these kids are exposed, it's going to go back, and we want to keep these numbers down so we can get back to normal as soon as possible. So I will be voting against this.
Councilman Rosenberg.
Mr. Chair, I agree with what all the council members have said. I've got 2 middle schoolers, and I've heard from other parents more concerned that the introduction to in-person learning is too rapid. That's not a knock on Dr. Battle's plan. It's 2020, it's the year of no good choices. But it's a very thought out plan. It's already moving kids quickly. I think we also need to acknowledge that while families have the choice, teachers don't, and every extra family might mean another teacher who has an elderly parent at home or kids at home that might have to go. So I move we disapprove this.
Councilman Glover, any?
Yeah, like, Mr. North, how many students has lost?
The question is about enrollment. Correct. Enrollment is down, but primarily in elementary school, in pre-K and kindergarten. The largest class works down in kindergarten, and that they are already back in school in person. If that answers, I don't know the exact number. It's a couple of thousand.
I've heard 4,000. I've heard 6,900. Are either of those even close to reality?
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny.
Okay, so you know, the committee's obviously not going to support this memorializing resolution that has no effect whatsoever. But I think we all need to understand that we get into the budget process this coming year, those number of students that are not in the classroom right now will economically impact what happens there because of maintenance of effort, et cetera. I happen to have a lot of children, you know, in the areas where I live. My daughter, as an example, did not put my grandson in school this year. Because he was kindergarten and he just, you know, she didn't see it and she didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. And so I don't know if they'll ever come back. The economic impact of this is one thing, but the learning process is another. I mean, I studied this for a long time when I was on the board. So, I mean, we'll do what we're going to do, but let's not forget when the economic cost of this comes down the road, not only in the next year in the budget process, but these children who have lost this 1 year of educational process and in the classrooms. And all we're asking them to do is give them the opportunity. All right? We're not saying you got to go back or anything else. We're saying give the parents an option. But if you guys want to take that away, or you don't want to honor that, that certainly is the choice of the committee and the council. Thank you, Chair.
Mr. North?
On enrollment, and this was discussed at the legislative summer session, which is in the fall, but they call it summer session, that enrollment is down across the state. And whether that is because students don't want to come back, or they don't like virtual, or for whatever reason, they are having issues in nearly every school district across the state with enrollment. With regard to funding from the state based on enrollment, that's something we'll need to deal with the legislature come January in the session, and we'll need your help in talking to them about that.
Good, thank you, Mr. Rosenberg.
Just one last thing, I would suggest that enrollment might be down because more parents who can afford to choose private are doing so because private schools have so much money that they can send kids back with not having 25 kids packed in a classroom, and they can have the home monitors that they've got and all the supplies they've got. It's our underfunding of schools that's causing a drop in enrollment, most likely, not being cautious and careful and thoughtful and thinking about kids first and money second.
Thanks. Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Cash.
and I'll just add on private schools. I mean, we've seen when the lists came out of some of the areas, or I mean, we're seeing some outbreaks within private schools, and a bunch of those folks having to quarantine.
Any other comments? Hancock.
Our enrollment figures today will likely be the same next month and once all in January. And our enrollment for whether in person is still going to be the numbers that the state looks at for funding. So those 4,000 lost kids, likely missed from pre-K and kindergarten, aren't going to come back to be open tomorrow or within January. Everybody that's in MNPS is in. It's whether they're virtual in or in person in. That's their option and their comfort, and I'm very comfortable with the way especially to my second grader. He's excelling already, and he just started in person last week. But it took him a while to get started, and now he knows how to do that virtual stuff, and now that's what he does.
Yeah, no doubt. Yes, Councilor Hurd.
Children in MNPS schools. All three of mine graduated from MNPS schools.
Very good. All right.
I don't have any in there now, but they all graduated from MNPS schools. Thank you very much.
There you go.
I just thought I'd add.
That's great news. Councilman, are you still?
Previous question.
Previous question, yeah. Okay, so we are going to vote on this resolution that requests the Metro Board of Public Education to open all schools immediately following the school system's fall break. Yay or nay? Do we have to do a?
I think somebody needs to make probably a motion to approve.
Okay. Okay, and that's what I know is going to happen. So,
Motion to, I need to make a motion to approve, and then we can vote on it. Motion to approve.
okay. Do you need to do, or do I need to do roll call? You don't need to. Okay, so all those in favor of this resolution, let's raise your hand. All those opposed, raise your hand. Okay. It's 3, 5, 6 no's, 0 yeses. Correct? Okay. It fails to be recommended. Just a note for our education committee, Council Lady Aaron and I met with the school board chair and vice chair about twice now. And we talked about monthly meetings. They like the idea. The meetings are with no agenda. Simply, we're going to discuss maybe social problems. One meeting But the goal of those meetings is to have really deep discussion. So by the time we get to the budget, they talk about a program, our knowledge of the programs are is relatively good. So we can hear and support budgets that are necessary. As Rosenberg talks about, we're underfunded. How do we sort of mentally support some of the better programs? And I think being more familiar with them helps us a lot. So we started that. It's on their dime. They said they would start putting that schedule together. We gave our list from what we talked about. They give their list. We probably have 4 or 5 meetings, but starting in November, just be aware, we'll start looking at it. I think they're looking at 4 o'clock virtual, 4 to 5:30, something like that. But I'll get that to you as soon as I hear. I sent a note back to them today. So thank you. Any other questions? Board members, it'll probably be MNPS, and then our chair, the education committee, and anybody else that may want to join us. I think feel welcome, because the more we know, the better we are. Okay? Thank you very much. Meeting adjourned.